Good evening and welcome to the Thursday night edition of Sports Tonight on your award-winning Channels Television. My name is Yemi Adebayo, filling in for your regular anchor, Tony Bito, who is unavoidably absent. And, well, there's a lot to talk about on the show tonight. Let me give you a quick rundown of all the things we will be looking at on the show tonight. The draws for the 2015 African Cup of Nations have already been done. It's no longer news, but some of the coaches are reacting. We'll be taking a look at that and be extraying the chances of some of the teams as we count down to the tournament. We'll also be traveling to Germany to look at the new decision taken by the clubs in the German Bundesliga. We'll look at that. We'll talk about the Copa Lagos. It's 8 days to go. We're going to continue to count down from here till the tournament begins. And we're also going to be looking at other sports on the show. We're going to be looking at athletics. We're going to be looking at the news making the rounds about Russia, a systemic doping going on in the Russian Federation, how a lot of things have been covered up. We're going to be looking at all of that on the show tonight. And to do all of that with me is Femi Adefeso.
It's good to be here.
Yeah. And well, there's a lot to talk about. On Thursdays, as usual, we know that we always give you a slice of basketball. And of course, Femi's here with me. We'll start with football, usually. And when we get to that part of the show, we'll be looking at basketball, everything that you need to know about basketball, especially here in Nigeria. But of course, there's one important thing that we always like to let you know, your views, very important to us. And we'd like you to get them across to us. We want you to be active tonight. We want you to be an integral part of the show. And this is how you can do that. You can get your views across to us through these means on your screen. You can do that on Twitter. You can do it via Facebook. The channel's Twitter handle at channels_sports. And of course, my personal handle, which is on your screen at Yemi Adebayo 20. And of course, you can also get your views across to us via Facebook. We will try as much as possible to read your thoughts. And get your thoughts across to us and let your voice be heard. All right, family, let's dive straight into it. Before we came on in, we were talking about the press release by the NFF letting us know that a friendly between Nigeria and Brazil will still go on. And I guess a lot of people were apprehensive the moment France announced that they were going to play Brazil in March next year. So a lot of people thought maybe that, but some reassurance from the NFF that game would go on. Yes,
a lot of people, including myself, was apprehensive when I saw that news come out. I was pretty shocked because the date for the Nigeria game had been announced, by the NFF prior to that moment. But it's good we are getting a reassurance now that game will still go on from NFF. And I like the fact that they've really come out to say that grade A friendlies will be the games we would play, yep. Because definitely that's the best way to go, because we won't be playing, at the African Nations Cup. And of course, if we don't get to play those kind of grade A friendly matches, the points rankings, that we need to accrue to move up will perhaps not be there, and who knows, we might just drop down. Right now we're ninth, so we really need to keep playing those competitive games. And of course, it's good for the coach and of course the players. So it's going to be a rebuilding process now. That's what we're heading to.
You get an opportunity
to test players, to pick the best legs. And I hope the Super Eagles can bounce back and start flying again like they used to, like we all know they do.
Yeah, some have suggested, and I'm going to put it to you, and I also want you to comment. You can't talk about this thing I'm about to say. Someone close to us said, look, why not organize a mini league for let's say 4-nation tournament for all the big teams that didn't qualify for the Nations Cup. Nigeria can do that. Get yourself alongside Morocco, Egypt, maybe. So while the Nations Cup is going on, you give the fans something to look at.
Well, I don't buy the idea, because the first question I ask myself is, who does that? Who has done that before? We've not seen it done before. I think it's going to be more or less like a mockery of sorts. you know, for you to organize a mini tournament when, of course, a
the
major tournament is going on. So let's just play friendly matches. You know, when the FIFA free window comes, you play matches. You know, and then.
But it's viable at some point, don't you think?
Well, for now,
maybe for the off season, maybe not when, because, like you said, we need to pitch our wits against the big teams.
That's why there's a FIFA free window, and that's why there's a point in time when teams play friendly matches. So definitely we make use of those times that FIFA has opened the window for us to play. You know, so we play at those periods. What we don't need to do now is pick big teams to play against, rather than play normal lower teams from Africa or even around the world to play against. We play grade A friendly matches. That way we get to test ourselves, but you know, gathering ourselves together. Yes, you know, doing a 4-nation tournament, Nigeria, no, that has a little below par.
Some have said that's a good way to prepare, but Femi has just given you his opinion, and so let the NFF have laid our affairs. So Nigeria will play Brazil, and it's not just Brazil. We're going to, according to the NFF, we're going to be playing top teams in 2015. We're going to make use of the FIFA calendar as much as possible. All right, let's move on. Let's talk about an interesting